as a kid, right, the earlier that you can start to narrow that and find out things that you like and don't like, right, the better it's going to be for you, right? You don't want to be 40 years old and still hate more than you like, right? That means you've made, decisions that haven't pointed you in the wrong way, or you haven't stepped up and made the changes that you need to make.
Yep. So the biggest buzzkill question that I learned you can give to a whole group of young people is, so what are you going to do next?
Yeah.
Eller graduated from college last year, and his friends would come over, and a phenomenal group of people, guys and girls. And I'd ask, because I'm interested, you know, hey, Noah, what are you going to do now? And you talk about a room getting just, shutting down. Don't make eye contact. He might ask me next. And then finally I'm like, what do you guys think when I ask you that question? And we had a conversation about it. It's like, it's not threatening, and that's not the right word, but it was, I don't know.
Intimidating?
Yeah, and it made them feel like they have to have a good answer and all this stuff. I'm like, I love you guys. I'm just genuinely interested. It doesn't matter what it is. I'm just genuinely interested no matter what your answer is. But it is such a big pressure question.
It is. And the problem is we're not preparing students to shape the answer to that early enough.
Yeah.
Right? You look at that. I went to a prep school for high school, which is entirely focused on making you college ready.
Okay.
Right, to be successful, right? That's the only option. And not do you like what you're going to do, right? And I talked to all my friends I graduated with, and very few of them have careers that align with what their major was in college.
Okay.
Right? Like, I'm geology, right? It's everyone's kind of found their way after the fact. Right? And I come from a group where most of my friends didn't have to take out student loans, and it is a little bit more realistic for that demographic to be able to focus on, finding themselves in college and figuring out what they want to do later.
Yep.
Most people don't have that luxury, right? And so starting, middle school, high school, you need to start expanding your funnel, seeing what's out there, removing things that you don't like, right? Changing the perception you have on different careers. Like, you might think you want to be a lawyer because you love law dramas on television, or a doctor because, Grey's Anatomy or whatever, medical drama resonates for you. But you talk to, why kids say they want to be a lawyer is because, the courtroom drama and the, grilling someone on the stand and testifying in front of a jury, that sounds exciting. But what you don't realize is most law professions are 99% just reading and writing all day.
Yeah.
Right. And not exciting writing, right? Yeah. Very, legal jargon writing, and that's not exciting.
Right.
The courtroom dramas are that. They're dramas, right? They're not real life.
Yeah.
And so
they probably thrive on making a deal, not getting in the court.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. Most trial lawyers, they don't want to go to trial. They want to, settle beforehand, right? And so that's some misconceptions on what careers are. So the more exploration you can do and trying things out and getting your feet wet and hands dirty and seeing what's out there will help you make more well-informed decisions about what's next. And then you tweak as you go, right? You don't have to have a plan. Like, I hate the, where do you see yourself in 5 years question, not because it's cliche, but because 5 years is a long time in the way that we consume information and knowledge now, right? So much can change between now and then. In 5 years, the job I want might not exist today, right? You look at how, things like AI and, technology is impacting the workforce, right? The jobs that exist 5 years from now don't exist right now.
Okay.
Right? And so what you should be focusing on is finding skill sets you like to use and are good at, industries that you're interested in, right? Because again, back to that interest and aptitude, right? You need to get those to match to find success. And so finding out those things and understanding what different careers offer, and what skill sets are needed that are, kind of cross utilized, right? If I have customer service skills from a restaurant, that could do me well in the financial industry dealing with customers, right? So those, those building block type skills, right? That's what you should be honing earlier on and finding out what you're good at and what you like to do.
All right.